YouTube and fellow reefers, this is Dan from Electric Reef, and today I'm going over my sump and what I'm going to be doing with it. I bought from Petco a 20 long Aqueon sump, and so far I've got the filter sock hanger in there, which I bought from my local fish store. I think I got that for like 10 bucks. Siliconed it into place already, and I painted the sides and the back. I didn't want any extra light from my refugium light coming out from behind the tank, so I just painted everything black. That'll help seal it in a little bit better. I just think it's cleaner looking anyways. So what I did was I went and bought an 18 by 36 inch piece of glass from Home Depot. Got the little glass cutter kit that you can buy separately, and I cut my own glass baffles. Now what I see a lot of people doing is doing bubble traps, where the water overflows from the main section, goes through the bubble trap, and back over into the refugium section, and then again over into the return pump section. Now I kind of think that's a little bit overkill. That's just my personal opinion. So I'm doing it a little bit differently. What I'm doing is I bought this egg crate from Home Depot. Got a sheet of that for like 10 bucks. I still got plenty left. This is a very, very small piece compared to what I have left over there, but I can use that for future projects. So what I'm going to do is I got my piece of glass here. This is going to be the second part of the overflow. I'm going to silicone that in right about there, and then once I have that piece siliconed in, bring this over here real quick. Sorry, I normally don't move this much in my videos. I'm going to have this put in there, and I'm just going to have that egg crate as kind of a shelf where I can put filter floss. The reason I'm running filter floss is to catch any other particulate matter that the filter sock does not catch, which shouldn't be a lot, but yeah, that's where I'm at so far. I'll pick this video back up once I have everything glued in. I'm using GE silicone, 100%. It is waterproof. This is the weatherproof kind. Mold-free product protection. So this should work just fine for what I'm using it for. And anytime in the future, if it starts leaking by, anything like that, I plan on upgrading the sump. This is just to get me going. Fairly cheap way to get me going. So yeah, hope you guys like it, and we'll continue this video here shortly. So I just got finished gluing siliconing my baffles into my sump / refugium. And I just wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek at what I'm going to be running. This isn't going to be a forever thing. I eventually want to upgrade to an actual built sump, like a sapphire or reef octopus, something a little bit better than this. But for now, this is what I got. So originally, I was going to take that portion right there and put it over here and run filter floss in here, because I have my carbon reactor and GFO reactor already set up on the stand. But what I thought about is if I'm going to have Chaeto or Chlorpa or anything else that can produce small particles that'll get sucked into the pump and cause a clog or anything like that, I want something that's going to be able to filter it out. Now I'm already going to have a filter sock on that end, along with my protein skimmer, and then I'm going to have my mini refugium with a little LED light on there. I'll go over the light in another video. Probably going to have a couple bio cubes in the bottom of there to help with biological filtration. I'm going to run filter floss in there, and that'll help filter out any other kind of particulate matter that comes from either of these chambers or the display tank. So pretty much what I did is I went to Home Depot, bought an 18 by 36 piece of hobby glass, and got the little glass cutting kit that's sold separately for like 12 bucks. And I cut my own baffles. Now, people are probably asking, why the hell did you go up so far from the bottom on this one? Well, I was going to do a bubble trap, And then I kind of realized, you know what, if any bubbles do make it through the refugium portion, they'll either get trapped in the filter floss or at the bottom of this piece of glass, which goes into the return section. So this right here, I guess you could say it does act as a bubble trap kinda, but I didn't want to run it all the way down to the bottom of the sump because I wanted it to still provide a decent amount of turbulence and flow throughout the refugium to turn the Chaeto or chlorpa or whatever I end up putting in there, and have a little bit more water movement in there. So I didn't want to go crazy with the full bubble trap system with another piece of glass on the side of that one. I did go 8 inches in here, which I'm going with the 110 SSS space-saving Reef Octopus skimmer. That's what I'm going to be using in there, along with the sock filter. I'll put my bio cubes, everything else in there, filter floss in there. I'll put my heater right next to the bottom, so the water's always flowing over it. That way when it's running, it's got good, what do they call it, connection time with the heater, which so will heat the way it's supposed to. And then I'll have my small little pump running water through the carbon and GFO reactor, and then my return pump, and then whatever other Apex system monitors I have in here, pH, temperature, all that. So this is where I'm at now. I think it turned out pretty dang good, at least for what I want right now. Like I said, it's not going to be permanent unless it ends up working really, really good and I just decide not to spend the money on an actual sump. But this is it. Use sparklers to space everything out in 2x4s, and then painter's tape to tape everything into place. Now I did use the GE weatherproof silicone. Now that should be good enough for what I'm looking for here once everything hardens and cures. It's pretty much the same as the waterproof stuff, but one thing I noticed that worried me is when I started gluing this, or gluing the baffles in there, I read the back of the bottle and in the fine print it said don't use on aquariums. Now I don't know if they meant to not use it on like seams of aquariums because of its structural ability, or if you're just not supposed to use this on aquariums at all. But for most of the videos I've watched, some people go out and buy the Aqueon aquarium silicone, and a lot of other people I noticed were either using DAP, like CJ's Aquariums. I know he used DAP for a lot of his stuff when he built his smaller tank. And I had to make a trip to Home Depot to get the grating. So I went to Home Depot and I went to their caulk aisle and their paint aisle and all that fun stuff, and I started reading the back of all the GE bottles. Every single one of them, even the 100% silicone waterproof, said that you shouldn't use it with aquariums. I've heard nothing but success stories with other people that made their sumps using GE 100% silicone. So I'm just going to go ahead and disregard that, just because this most likely isn't going to be a permanent thing. But we'll see what happens. If you guys have any questions, any comments, go ahead and leave them down in the comments section. Other than that, like, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. Alright, Electric Reef out.